little low today, but that's all right, man. We're gonna turn up. I'm gonna go ahead and say out the gate, R.I.P Shock G.
Bro, I'm tired of 2021, dog. This
Listen,
shit is stressful,
every
dog.
week it is some bullshit
God
jumping off.
damn.
So we just gonna start it off with the flowers, man. R.I.P Shock G. It's kind of weird. It's like losing two people in one.
I never thought about that. That is very true.
That is like losing two people in one, man. Listen, R.I.P Shock G. We lost a great legendary artist, legendary producer, legendary character. Kind of a genius move. WWF'd it the whole way.
Oh yeah, he killed it.
With the Humpty joint. And the Humpty dance was the greatest hip-hop dance ever created.
Still going.
Fight me.
So only one close is Crank That Soldier Boy, which is like not even close. It's the Humpty dance, and then it's the Soldier Boy. It's like second, and then I can't think of anything else that's even in that tier.
Distant second. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. R.I.P. Shock G. All right, man. Listen. Welcome to another episode of Unquantized Podcast. It is another Friday. I need to get my vocalage together. And I'm just having too much fun with these air horns. There we go. All right, we out of here. We out of here with the air horns. Man, who we got in the building?
We got Young Quintendo. What up, bro? We got It's a Hit. It's what Hit. Up? You know what? Every time I see his name, you know that restaurant in Atlanta called This Is It?
Facts.
That's what it made me think
I
of.
think the same thing. Oh, we got the listen, man. Y'all don't know, Baltimore legend, young Kid Calloway in the building. What up, kid?
Hey,
I ain't seen Kid Calloway in about a smooth decade or so. What up, dope artists from Baltimore. But man, listen, we up in here. All right, what we gotta get to, man? What?
Push button says Burger King bathroom gonna be so disrespected this week.
Hey,
wait, what?
From the Humpty dance. I got busy at Burger King.
Oh, okay. I just saw that out of context. I was like, wait, what is going on?
And real quick, speaking of Shock G has put a bit of terminology in my life. When I throw on some sweatpants, like I got on right now, or you throw on something that you kind of don't care about, or you going out to do some tomfoolery and you know what to throw on, we call those the do what you likes. Popular Digital Underground song. That saying came from my man Wentz. It's like, oh, so I see you got on to do what you like today. So you ready for whatever. You know what I mean? So listen, Digital Underground, R.I.P. Shock G is all I gotta say. So, how was your weekend, bro? How was your week? Not weekend.
It was cool, man. Just been working. I've been trying to like get super ahead on business stuff because homeschool is about to come to an end for me. You know what I mean? My daughter's about to start going to school. So I'm gonna have Monday through Friday more time. So I'm turning up on the beats. I'm going stupid, bro. You know what I mean? I got actual time. You know what I mean? Without Peppa Pig playing in the background. So I'm just handling all the business stuff. And then I had a young placement drop. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So, I saw that.
So, yeah, man. Placement boys in the building, man. You know what I mean? We still going, man.
Congrats, Colin. Let me gas up these air horns a little bit more. Yes, sir. Young Cam Wallace, man.
Young Cam Wallace, Motown Records, you know what I mean? So shout out to my boy Cam, man.
Facts. Shout out to Cam.
And I later on, I'll explain how the song came about because it's an interesting topic I think we should cover about how you name your beats.
Okay.
All right.
Fire. Definitely
what about you?
Get into that. Man, my week was work heavy, man. Heavy. You know, we got the new joint dropping next week.
Yes, sir.
On Friday. We've never been so far ahead in our lives. Your boys, like I said, we now have the combined responsibility of a 22-year-old. So shout out to us. We finally get it together. We're gonna drop Ben Trapping 6 for those that don't know. And the previous 5, we've been ready maybe a few hours before it's come out.
And we like 2 weeks ahead. 2 weeks and we done.
Son, we are far ahead.
We got the emails, Facebook ads. I'm like, yo, what?
Everything.
Who are we? Yeah, who are we?
I don't know. Maybe next we stop eating with our hands. I don't know. We're getting a little too refined over here.
Napkin? What's that?
That's a fact. So next week, man, be on the lookout. Ben Trapping 6.
Yes,
that series has been going. 5 years, bro. Can you believe it?
That's one of the top joints.
Yeah,
consistently.
Yep. So that's been going on for a minute. It
Young,
was.
oh my bad. Beats by J Black. What up, bro?
What up, pimp? Legend in the building.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I'm proud of us, man. I'll probably circle back around to that later on in the show, but I'm proud of us for being as on point with a lot of things, more so than we were before.
Yes, sir. So you gonna start getting some questions and some topics?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So first one I see is I need placement help. Now, my question to you is, what kind of help do you need? Because it's a lot that goes into it. It's not like just one thing, like you press this button and it's a placement. Do you need help on the music side? Because that's important. Do you need help on the networking side? Because that's another aspect. Do you need help on, the business side of like how to maneuver? So, what part?
It's a lot that goes with that.
Yeah.
Like all right, I need placement help. Well, and also outside of all the good stuff that Trezor just mentioned, I'm gonna ask you, what have you done so far?
Thanks.
Because that's the thing. A lot of times when people ask questions, what you really need is questions asked to you. Anyone who's ever done a consultation with me, you already know the vibes. You come in thinking you're going to ask me a whole bunch of questions and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of answers. You end up getting all of your answers, but I probably ask you more questions than you ask me. That is what gives people like the aha moment, or makes things relatable. You know what I mean?
So he says network and business. So do you want to start, Oracle, or you want to go ahead?
Well, we're starting with the broad strokes. I see network and still too broad for me. You start.
I would just say with networking, right? It's basically making friendships, right? So you got to approach it like that. Like you just got to like communicate. Everybody just want to send DMs like, oh, here's a beat, cut to my record, and it's like it doesn't work like that. I haven't made beats consistently in the past like year. I've been on and off, right? I've been handling business stuff. I've been daddy daycaring, but I still end up getting placements, right? And it's not. I don't want to say I'm not really trying. I don't want to sound like that, but I'm not putting all my effort towards it, right? But what it is that over all these years, I built these relationships with all these people that I still talk to these people and I'm still around. So if it's something they need, I'm like, all right, cool, here you go. Boom. And then that turns into something. You know what I'm saying? So you got to build that, cachet is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You got to build that equity of networking with different people. Just like I just had that one with Cam that just dropped. I've known Cam for 6-7 years now, and we've always made music. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wasn't even thinking anything of that. I had no idea he had a new situation. I'm just like, yeah, this is my homie. I'm making music with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And good things came from it. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. I would reach out to like-minded people. It's people that's in the chat. I would reach out to these people because these are the people that in 6 months, a year from now, they're going to be getting the placements too. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to only focus on super high up people. Focus on people around you that's in the same kind of space so y'all can learn and kind of grow together. So that's what I would do.
That's dope. And what I was going to get into, and you kind of started answering that too, is network laterally. Because in the beginning, you're like, I just keep in touch with the people I know in the industry and blah, blah, blah. So I could assume a question would be, well, how do you even form those connections to start with? Here's what I know. A lot of it is organic. And it may seem like you want this big Rolodex of a whole bunch of people, but how do you reach out and connect with all those people? Let me tell you, it starts with connecting with one or two people. You know what I mean? Because you meet people through other people. Like I know Trezor through Jay. I know Jay because we both work with Polo. I know Polo because I came to Atlanta, and I know I know Polo through Brian. You know what I mean? So knowing one person is going to lead you to another person, lead you to another person, lead you to another person. So that's how you start to initially form your network. So if you always shoot up and never network laterally, the more you shoot up, the less response you're going to get back. That's just a fact. That's just human nature. But when you network laterally, your people are going to get back with you because you're kind of on the same playing field. And like Trezor said, 6 months, a year, these are going to be the people with the placements, and you develop those relationships, you maintain those relationships, and you also make sure that you offer value, add value to these relationships. You know what I mean? Don't just be like, I know this person and knowing and thinking that knowing them is enough, because when opportunities come up, why would they call you? Why would they mention you? Just because you know them? No, not really. So work with people. I don't want to say people that aren't anywhere, because that's not what I'm saying, but people that haven't like broken yet, or they might be in the same place as you. Work with them like they were greats. Work with them like they're the legends that you really try to reach out to, because one day they will be.
Exactly.
And the last thing I'm going to say about that, before we even get to the business aspect of your question, is when you're working with these people, like I said, it's somebody that could be on the same playing field as you, but work your ass off and bring your A game at all times, because that is how you get called.
Right.
Like if I work with my homie and neither one of us have gotten a placement, we don't know anybody or anything, but he knows if he sends me a joint, like you hear everybody say about Rick Ross. Rick Ross is on every song because they're like, yo, when I send Rick a beat, he's gonna send back a fire verse fast as hell.
He knows.
Everyone says that about him. He's known for that. Be that guy. You know what I mean? So that way, when like a Cam Wallace pops off, he already know I'm gonna hit my dude. He's fire. We work together well. He's always on time. You know what I mean? So network laterally, but don't treat it like you work, like you're networking with it. Right. Treat everybody like that. The two things I learned, and I'm gonna back it down in a minute. The two things I learned when I first got into the industry, or being around industry people, is I'm gonna use the phrase ordinary people and successful people, even though that's just for lack of a better phrase. Ordinary people want to be treated like successful people, and successful people want to be treated like ordinary people, and a lot of the times. So in this aspect, if I'm just a regular guy and someone's networking with me and they're just a regular guy, but they treat me like they give me the respect of a legend, I'm gonna always call that person.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
and one last thing I'll add is, like, say you're like, you have to use the resources you have, right? So the two things outside of music that I had going for me is that I had a design background, like I could do graphic design, and then I was a DJ, right? So I would use those to, bruh, me and Oracle at the beginning, I'm like, hey, bro, you need help? You don't even help you with something? That's what I think I made. Did I make your original logo?
Yeah. Well, no, not the original one, but you made the second logo I had.
Okay, yeah,
way better than the original one.
So like, and then like DJing wise, like Becox, like I would let him use my equipment if he had to do gigs. I would DJ parties for like Usher's kids, like whatever I had to do to get around these people. I was like, yo, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? But now when certain people need favors, they're gonna call me like, all right, cool. He'll do it. He's dependable about that. And now if we in the studio, it's a different respect because they know that I'm gonna show up for whatever I got going on. Because a lot of times people will hit me like, I got beats. I'm like, bro, what I'm gonna do? Bro, I got 1,000 beats on my hard drive. I'm trying to sell. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to sell, give me more beats to sell isn't really the way. Now, if you would say I got loops, right, that's a different thing. Or if I got, I can help you do this, it's easier to play to get in. But like trying to give me the same thing, it's kind of like, bro, this kind of, you saturating the market. And that's why I think a lot of producers mess up. They just hitting everybody like, I got beats, instead of asking people what they need. You know what I mean? And then going after that. I mean, it's more time consuming, but overall, you'll get better results.
No, it makes perfect sense. A lot of people focus on what they have and what they want to offer, and don't focus enough on what the other person needs or what the other party needs. Regardless of what you have, if you focus on what the other party needs, you'll always come out ahead. And it may force you to learn a new skill. You know what I mean? So valuable.
On YouTube, they say I look like Devin R. Samuels.
Oh, shit.
Rate yourself between 1 and 10. Can't use 7.
Oh, shit.
Young Fiction, what up?
Fiction, what's happening? So we didn't even get to the business aspect of his question.
Higher entertainment lawyer.
That's terrible. To me, like what's that's just too broad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to boil that down just a little bit. Yeah.
Young Don, what up, bro?
Let me pull up the Young YouTube too. I'm never on the YouTube chat.
Oh yeah, on the YouTube chat. I'm on it today.
Yeah, they got at us last week.
Let's see. Mike Dean's dropping an NFT. Everybody's dropping these NFTs, bro.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Bye.
I know where this is going.
No. Well, yeah, you do. Okay. I don't want to say my initial response, just out of humor, is who cares? It's not who cares, but does the average producer or average person or person that is not famous or well known to some degree have any leverage in the NFT world? I guess is where I'm going.
No, I don't think so. I think you have to be good at leveraging like marketing, right? Because from my understanding, and I might be off, right? But you have to either have some kind of name or you got to be good at getting attention and write-ups and stuff like that to draw the people in. And if you're not good at either one of those, then you're going to have a hard time with NFTs right now, I think. I think in the future, it's going to get better and people are going to figure out different ways to do it. But right now, to me, it's more of a clout kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To the average, just regular person, everyone's excited. Mm-hmm. We're really excited about NFTs, and the possibilities are definitely worth being excited about. But it's kind of like when someone drops an NFT, everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is NFT time. We about to get in with the NFTs." And if you look around, it's like people that are already established. So it seems to be like the first thing you need to do is work on
your brand,
either being more creative with the marketing or establishing your brand a bit more. And no one really wants to talk about that. Everyone's like, this new technology is here and people can make money off of it, and maybe I should try it.
Right.
But it's mad shit that comes before that, and that's what no one's talking about. Like, look at everybody you know who's had any success from an NFT. How many of those people were relatively unknown before the dropping of the NFT?
Exactly.
Same thing with one. Right. Same thing with wanting to get signed to a label and all of that stuff. Who are labels signing right now that isn't already popping on their own accord?
Hey, at least got 100,000 on Instagram. At least, you know what I mean?
That's
for the most part, and if not, it's rare.
That's a fact. So to bring it all back around, you have to really focus on your brand and brand awareness, getting your brand out there, that type of thing. Because in order to do all of this flashy shit that everyone sees that people are making money off of, it all started with someone having a brand that people were aware of, or at least some type of marketing genius. You know what I mean?
So 812 Labs says, "What up, fellas? What is an NFT?" And then DJ Watson gave a great response. He says, "It's a digital token meant to represent the value of a piece of intellectual property." I couldn't. He said it better than I could ever explain it. So
nice. Hold on, I'm gonna drop an inside joke that only you're gonna get. Write it like a 10th grader. All right. That was a very good. That was a very good explanation.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good. If I was making a blog about that, that would be a good one.
Yes. Oh, you know, yeah, you're right. Your idea. You got it.
Let's see. I just bought Pigments 3 and it's lit. Pigments. I don't know if I've tried that one yet.
Pigments from Arturia. I didn't know Pigments 3 was out. Pigments is fire.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, the thing about Pigments versus most of the Arturia stuff, Arturia is like kind of like modeled after old school synths, and Pigment is kind of like its own thing, not necessarily modeled after old school synths. Think of it more like a Omnisphere or something that's kind of on its own. And to my knowledge, that's the only synth that Arturia has that's like not an old school model, but it's still super dope. And shout out to Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly is the one that put me on to Pigments. And he's also the one that got me my Arturia hookup and brand endorsement. So shout out to Tim Kelly.
My charger ain't working.
Come on, fam.
Charger ain't working. There we go.
Don't go dark. It's too early in the show.
0 dark 30.
Facts.
See, thoughts about the Roland TR8S?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
I don't even know. I gotta look it up. And if I had to guess, it sounds like a TR. They already did a TR-808 emulator thing. Let's see.
Let's see. Okay. Beast Boy Made It says, is that is Beast Boy Made It? Is that what is that show I'm trying to think of? Not Justice League. Teen Titans. Is that a Teen Titans reference? But he says, any advice for growing my brand and getting more followers? I'm about to start posting on YouTube daily.
All right. It sounds like you're kind of already heading in the right direction. Posting content on a regular basis is always going to win. But finding out or figuring out what people like to see. All right, it's two schools of thought on this for me. Finding out what people like to see and doing that and probably putting your own twist on that would be dope. And this is something I talked about last week and the week before. Being known as the go-to person or the authority on something. And like I said, it could be something that everyone already knows how to do. But if you just do it more than everybody else and brand yourself around it, you become that guy. Boom. I got the perfect example. Last night, for some reason,
what the hell? My bad. My phone is like, it's dimming even though I'm on live. It's like pausing out.
So last night, me and my wife were talking about Bob Ross because she stumbled across this Bob Ross documentary, right?
Happy Little Trees.
Facts. First of all, fun fact: Bob Ross never sold any of his shit. He just gave it to his friends and his mom and his family. It's like 4 people that got Bob Ross stuff.
Oh wow!
But the thing is, his sister is one of those people. And she made a very interesting observation that ties into this be the guy that does this thing. She said, if you see a picture of trees and mountains, you just be like, is that a Bob Ross? And she said, Bob Ross, she's like, a million people painted trees and mountains.
Right.
But Bob Ross got on your TV every week and he painted trees and mountains for a million years. He became that guy. So now when you see a trees and mountains painting, you're like, yo, is that a Bob Ross? Even though everyone already did it. And that's kind of what I mean. I think I used an example last week of you could be the quantize guy. Like everyone knows how to quantize. Everyone knows what it is. But if you make a million videos about quantization, people are like, oh, that's the quantize dude. And that's brand awareness. And that's also a way, like I said, you could take something that everyone knows how to do. But if you just do it more than everybody else and focus on it more than everybody else, you become that guy that helps establish a brand.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was known as like the beat video guy before people really started doing a whole bunch of beat videos. I had like the crazy beat videos, and that's
the good old days.
The good old days. But yeah, that's kind of how I got known. But it's just finding something and just consistency. Because if everyone's doing it, why isn't everybody the whatever guy or the whatever lady? Because the person that does it the most consistent is the one that's going to win.
And I would say too, which it's weird. I see this issue with producers a lot, is that if whatever you're selling, you need to make content for whoever's going to buy, ideally, right? But I see a lot of producers make producer content, but then try to sell beats, which to me is a weird, because us other producers aren't going to make, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to buy the beats. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like a weird combo of you're making content for the wrong avatar almost, you know what I mean? But like for us, our products are directed towards producers. So it makes sense for us to make producer related content. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes the most sense. We're helping people. And if you want to buy something, cool, it's here. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, if your goal is to sell beats or if your goal is to sell sound packs, you know, think of that, the end in mind first, and then work backwards from there and try to, you know, figure out who your core people are going to be. And I think that'll help a lot.
That is true. That is definitely true. Because if you make a whole bunch of content geared towards producers and you're trying to get placements, you're not trying to get placements from producers.
Exactly.
We talked about this last year or probably the year before that on a show. And I haven't seen many people really like, not that no one got it. I haven't seen anyone super exercising it, but there's a lot of producers cater to, follow, and solicit other producers.
Yeah, it's I don't know what that or how that ended up happening a lot. It's like the common thing. Yeah.
It's kind of organic, because if you do something, like the algorithms aren't going to necessarily show you your ideal customer, but they're going to show you people that are more like you. So that's how you end up following more producers. And so the people that you follow, if you're in the networking, now you start to network with more producers, which is not bad for collaboration and all that type of stuff. But initially, your customer avatar is artists. So how many artists are you following? How often do you engage with artists? Whatever the number is, I would do that 5 to 10 times more than I cater to engage with or solicit producers.
Big facts.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think there's been a slow down on new gear released this year.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree though. It's been, I don't know if it's just the pandemic, but it's been slow, bro.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, because honestly, gear releases have been kind of stale lately. It's so many reiterations of the exact same thing. Matter of fact, in the chat, put your favorite last gear release in there. So I'm also looking at this rolling joint that they were talking about. It looks like a drum machine with a step sequencer, kind of TR-808 style. It looks really cool. This isn't necessarily my type of workflow or my type of equipment that I'm on, but it looks cool. The price is bad. It's about $700 on Sweetwater. Hey man, have a blast.
So what is I was about to use some phrasing, the unique value proposition. What is the benefit of having that over like an MPC? Is it like sort of like an MPC, or is it?
Nah, it's more like a classic TR-808, where it has the step sequencer at the bottom, and then you just kind of program it in. I'm pretty sure you can perform on it, but a lot of knobs, sliders. I need to look at the last joint that came out with the TR-8 or whatever it was. That was the real 808 emulator, and just see what the difference is. They're gonna throw some colors on that shit for sure. There's some colors on the sliders, and that's good. And that's kind of the problem. Now colors and all that shit is dope, but a lot of things have come out. They've just been reiterations of the same things with just more colors and buttons.
Bro, somebody take a risk, man. That's what I want, man. Try something.
I want a keyboard workstation or a keyboard sampler. You can make, give me a second. You can make 1 million damn drum controllers with 16 pads. They make 5, 6, 7 of them a year. When will y'all make a keyboard workstation or a keyboard, like a keyboard sampler? It's been so long.
I don't understand the logic behind like these, like, and it's all of them right now. For me, it's like all of them. It's Akai, it's Ableton, is whoever makes them.
Native Instruments, everybody.
Everybody. It's like, yo, y'all keep doing y'all keep playing it safe. Like y'all have that thing, right? And then you drop a new one with different colors. It's like, okay, try something different. If it fails, it's gonna be like the other ones you've been dropping, and they just kind of just disappear after a couple of months. But if it hit, the risk reward thing is like, to me, is like super high, man. So I wish, people get out their comfort zone, try something different, and give us some new toys to kind of, rock with. That's why I ain't even really been in the hardware lately, because it's like, everything is the exact same. It's like, bro, what's the point?
It's the same. And yeah, once I got my push, it was hard to follow that up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was kind of the thing. I was having a conversation with a product rep for one of these major companies the other day, as a matter of fact, and I posed the same question I've been posing for going on 7 years now. Why hasn't there been a keyboard sampler / keyboard controller, workstation sampler, whatever? The answer I got back was because people won't buy them. And I'm like, well, how do you necessarily know that people won't buy them if there hasn't been one out in like 20 years? So we got into this back and forth of, well, people won't buy them. I'm like, well, how do you know? Because no one's making them. And well, no one's gonna make them because people won't buy them, and that type of shit. Like you said, take a risk.
Yeah.
Take a risk. Sometimes people need something that they don't know existed.
That's right. And I feel like a lot of these times, these companies do a bad job showing it off. It's like, horrible. You're getting, the famous video, so a lot of people probably don't know, me or Oracle made a reaction video to this guy No offense to the guy. Shout out to what's his name, Boris.
Shout out to Boris. Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Boris. But I was like, we were cracking on him and making jokes, and it kind of blew up in the producer community. And but it's like I didn't know Boris until after that, right? And no offense to him, but like all these dope people that's making content, y'all could get them to make content and pay them a little bit, and it would go so far. If you gave Jay Black a check and then you gave him some equipment and he made a video, I would look at that equipment way quicker than some random guy I have no connection to at all. 100%. And I feel like that's where they're messing up at, because it's like all the people that they get, and I'm like, I don't relate to this. They're making random EDM house, like it ain't even like the EDM I listen to. It's very like niche, you know what I mean, kind of like music, and there's nothing wrong with it. For that crowd, it's great, but for us, the hip hop, the rap, the trap community, we need some stuff too, you know what I mean? And it's so easy to do it. I just don't know why they don't do that.
And they know. I've been on several lists and calls about, well, who should we give? We got something new coming out. Who could be the person? I always give a list. My list often contains the same names. They know that. And they know that trap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, is the most popular shit out right now. Yeah. The influencers that do it and make it, even beat making video guys who do that particular niche, the most popular. So you got the same Instagram I do. You know that. And then you call somebody like me. And then I tell you. And then when you release your product and it's still like somebody doing this obscure, very unpopular music that no one's ever heard of, I'm like, there's a reason for that. There has to be a reason for that. Number one, you ask me who you should get when you already know who you should get. And then you get told who you should get and you still choose otherwise.
Yeah.
That's out of my hands. That's something going on in the companies.
I think they're being cheap, bro. I think because I think now, especially like creators are understanding how much they're worth, and it's like they don't want to have to pay. They be trying to lowball, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we'll give you a discount. It's like, no, bro, you want me to make all this content and you trying to give me a discount for the product? At least give me the product for free. Do something, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So shout out to Young Busy Works Beats. Yo, I'm still
Busy. What up, bro?
I'm still on the campaign of Image Line. Need to give Busy some stock. Needs to be on the board. Hey, I feel like Busy done got more Fruity Loops users than anybody. He's the top affiliate of Fruity Loops. So hey, pay that man. Cut that man a check.
A large check. Yes, sir. A large check.
Flight School says it still blows me that these manufacturers gear their marketing towards these subgenres. Facts. I agree.
They do. And they have yet to answer me. Because I asked. They have yet to give me a straight answer. But to circle back to the start, keyboard sampler / workstation, just controller. Because back in the day, you had to make this monstrous machine that would cost like $1 billion with all these things in it. The same way you make NPCs that link to the computer and most of the heavy lifting is being done inside the computer or whatever, just like a controller, you can make a keyboard sampler / workstation that works just like that. Somebody dare to be different. I'll be a spokesperson. I'll get you other people, but it just got to be dope. And somehow I feel like in 3 years, which will make year 10, I'll still be singing the same song.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Busy. Me and Oracle got to see the new pack, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to. I do that after we get off. We got to send you the new pack, man.
The 6th installment.
It ain't even out yet, cuz.
Yes, sir.
Ricky Blaze says, man, you guys' chairs look really comfy. Make model be killing me for bad posture in the studio.
Man, listen, this is the Oracle chair. Every week, I'm like, every time somebody asks about it, I'm like, I need to start selling this again. I used to sell it on my site. I don't think it's on there anymore. If you want one, though, I could still send you a link for it, though, like I did Young Trizzle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hit Oracle up. I was redoing my studio. I'm like, I need the chair, bro. I need the chair. Bro, I'll be in this joint posted, bro. I don't think people get the full gist of how great the chair is, because you can lean all the way back and it's got the leg joint, so it's almost like a little bed, like a recliner bed.
The joint goes flat, it lays out flat, and it has a leg extension where you flip up and extend it out on the bottom. So technically, like a little table, like a little bed or whatever. And little people know I got 5 of these in my crib.
Oh yeah, you got the distribution center over there.
Every floor, yeah, it's a couple of these chairs for sure.
I was up here watching Mortal Kombat, looking like I'm driving a lowrider. I was all the way back in the cut.
Facts.
We'll see what else people are saying. My favorite release was Caught Fire, because y'all know I'm FL Shawty.
His favorite release is what?
The Caught Fire.
Oh, got you.
Did you ever use yours?
Yeah, but not like it was supposed to be used, but I did. I turned into like a mini push.
Sounds like something you would do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Young Brothers Music says Akai has keyboard force sampler coming. The forums are talking about it. That would be dope.
Okay.
That would be dope. Yeah, I'm not mad. Somebody needs to do it, because here's the thing. I personally want to see it, and all it takes is, this industry is kind of fickle. All it takes is for one person to do it, and as soon as they get one sale, every other company's like, "Oh, us too, we got one,
bro."
Too. And then competition starts, and that's when it gets better for the consumer.
Oracle, dog. We haven't talked about it in a minute, but it was as a product that Oracle used to use in the videos, and when we come over, I would use it and make beats, and that was like a thing. Everybody would ask about this one thing, bro. Oracle kept saying, "Yo, go buy one." And I'm like, I get one. And at the time, it was what, $40, $50?
Mm-hmm.
Dog, them joints is like $150 right now. Ever since them videos start popping up everywhere, them joints, they was like, "Oh, bet we about to raise the price on them joints," and they ain't never came back down.
Nope. No, they never did. And not saying that every aspect of our community is that easily manipulated, but you can kind of see what you can do to manipulate the prices on something, manipulate the market, and then just do it. And with it being that easy, I just don't see why more people don't take that advantage of breaking new stuff into the industry. But you know,
yeah. See, Contact definitely neglects the hip hop community.
Yeah, Contact they're like Contact is like a store where they're like, yo, if you make items, you can sell those items inside of this store. They don't focus on anything specific. Contact is a platform.
Right.
Yeah, they're a platform. And if you score movies, if you do hip hop, if you make a string library that's a gabillion gigabytes, or you make a one-shot library that's 20 megabytes, you are both going to be hosted on that same Contact platform. Yeah,
I will say, like, Output does a great job. I have nothing but positive stuff to say about Output, because
definitely
they cater to everybody. They're consistent. Their products are always good. So I'm a fan. So
gotcha.
We'll see. Apprentice says trap and hip hop is not the audience they're trying to market to. They're afraid of trap producers and artists.
That's not true. That's not true. I talk to these people. I
can kind of understand where you're coming from, because I'm like, yo, what is the issue? That's the only thing. I'm like, yo, what is the disconnect? Why it's like they never follow through, but then they'll have somebody doing like country jungle, you know what I'm saying, house beats, and they're like, bro, I've never heard of this.
Yo, listen. So I talk to these people, and they, like I said, they know and they acknowledge. Okay, let's say what's a country that has their own type of food? Let's say like Jamaican culture or Caribbean culture. You know, they got their own type of food. So if I'm like, yo, I'm coming out with this thing, I know Caribbean food is super popping, I'm gonna talk to the best Caribbean chefs ever and be like, yo, what dishes should we serve? What chefs should we get to represent our dish? And they answer me, and then I'm like, great. And I'm from Germany, and I just be like, I'm just gonna get a German person to make Caribbean food. That's what they do. They're like, no, trap is all the thing. Because if you look at their websites and everything, look at the packs that the companies that make the controllers, they also do sound packs. And look at the packs that come out: trap soul and trap this and trap. But it don't be real trap shit. It be trap shit made by somebody that doesn't do trap, or just not in the right environment. So they know, once again, that's what's fucking me up. They know. They ask, they get their advice, they get a list of names, they get everything, and then they do otherwise.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Let's see, DJ Newmark, what's going on, bro?
There he is. What up, bro? Yo, if y'all don't know, man, DJ Newmark, total legend. Follow the legend. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Yes, sir. And I don't know if DJ Newmark is gonna do like a mini Shock G set, or if he may have done it already.
Yeah.
I'll be tuned in. Because
We need
whenever
that.
he does a set, I'm always on it. Thanks for showing love. Thanks for following the podcast, bro. And y'all go follow the legend for sure.
He says arcade is really dope. Yeah, I'm arcade, bro. That joint ain't disappointing. I like it because it keeps updating. And they're on there about their updates.
Yeah, output as a company, man, is very impressive. Not only from their products, but their branding, just everything about them. Quite impressive. I think one of them is in the producer Illuminati group.
Oh, really? I've been slacking, bro. I ain't gonna trip. I've been slacking in the group, but
me too.
But once my schedule clears up, I'm back on it. You know what I mean?
Got time, big cuz.
You know what it is? I'm in that other group for the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so my notifications be so messed up, bro. So when I turned off the notifications, I've been missing everything.
Yeah.
And we'll see. See, what do you guys plan to do with all the beats that you don't get placed that you believe in? Ooh, that's a good question.
My personal plans, nothing. But what could be done with them? The instrumental album, beat album, for sure. If you got artists that you are cool with, I'm not above just doing a song to just put it out there. It don't have to be connected to shit. It don't have to be a rollout for nothing. Like if I got a beat, let's see who I got. Okay, let's take Attitude for example. That's like my favorite artist to work with.
Right.
If I got a beat, I will hit someone like got Attitude. One of them beats, I'm like, yo, you want to just do a song of this? We can just put it out. It could be a showcase of your skill, showcase of my skill. You know what I mean? And just do it. So that's one thing I would do with those other beats. Also, depending on what they are, what type of genre, what type of style. If you think you don't have anything for sync or commercial or film, that could be one way to go. Because they don't require as much as an artist or a real song. Yeah, it's plenty of shit you could do with those joints. I said plenty, even though I just only named two, but yeah, it's plenty that you could do.
I think the sync is a great way to go. And then I do want to start like putting out more stuff. My issue, bro, is that I know that once I get started down a road like that, it's like I know how my brain works, bro. I get so caught up in like every detail and trying to like, so I'm like been stopping myself from doing anything outside of the main couple things that I'm doing. It's like, bro, I had to, I got to just tone it down because I'll go off on a tangent.
Other things could suffer.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to do that right now. So I'm like, but that is something I really want to sit down and figure out how to maximize everything that I'm doing music wise.
Yeah. Well, is it safe to say that you and I are stuck in a phase where we're trying to get everything else so not autonomous, but you know what I mean? Like just make things a little bit easier so you could do more by doing less. And then we're kind of the mindset that like, all right, once that happens, then
I can go crazy.
I haven't been focused on putting out anything, creating anything. Not saying I haven't been doing it, but I haven't really been focused on like making music and putting out the instrumental album that my wife keeps asking me to do and all that stuff. I haven't really been focused on that because of the other stuff and getting that super right, and then pivoting over to this beat creation aspect, and then getting that just as right as I got the other stuff. Because here's the thing: when it comes to creating music to put out or all of that, it's the job, it's the title, but in my lifestyle, it's kind of a luxury because this other stuff supports everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like all the other businesses, all the other aspects of it, they support everything to where I'm like, great, okay, feeling cool. Now I can create freely. I don't really care. I'm having fun. And now, like, I don't like to create with the goal of having my creations be the thing that I want to establish my career off of or my financial well-being off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could get other stuff to take most of the way to the financial well-being, I could create, and that will turn into good financial revenue. I'm 100% sure of that. But I just feel like I got to be in a certain space to really rock out like that, if any of that makes sense.
That's facts. So hold on, I'm gonna get to the other questions, but this was kind of related to what we were talking about. So DJ Watson says, bro, having to put one part of the business aside to focus on another is my biggest struggles, bro.
Yeah.
As people that's going through it right now, I mean, it's part of, like we said, it's like kind of like in the circus, they do the little plates and they balance in one. It's like you might get one going, then you got to go to the other one, and then as soon as you get that one going, the other one's gonna start wobbling. But eventually, I mean, I feel like me and Oracle have done a great job because we are like team first, bro. Oracle hit me like, bro, yo, this is what we doing. No, and the same thing. Anytime I figure out something, I hit him because I know I'll do better. If he does better, I do better, right? So it's like, yo, whatever I got to do to get him straight, it's gonna happen, and then vice versa, right? And so we've been helping each other get these systems. You know what I mean? And it's easier when you got other people to bounce ideas off of. Because if I would have had to do all this by myself, I would have got stuck a long time ago. But you know what I mean? Like now that we can kind of bounce ideas, it's like we make systems for something, and then cool, it kind of handles itself. You know what I mean? We might have to tune it up, touch it again. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
you just keep that idea of like, I'm gonna make a system to handle this one part and just do one at a time. Figure out that one thing. Like this is the most time consuming thing. Let's figure out how to get this outsourced, and then figure that one, and then what's the next one, and then eventually you're gonna have a bunch of stuff that you just like, bro, like I ain't doing none of this no more. You know what I mean?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. I had a thought that I thought I wrote down in a note to say on the show today about exactly what you were talking about. I guess I didn't write it down, but I will take this time to reiterate how we say on other shows. It pays so much to have at least one person that you can bounce ideas off, share knowledge with. Like you all are at the same level, you know, more or less, whatever your situation may be, you all are at the same level, you have the same goals, and then you just share knowledge back and forth. Because what ends up happening is one person will find something like, yo, this is dope. And if you are really like a good team and you really care about sharing the knowledge, once that person tells you about it, you'll get into it, you'll learn everything that they told you about, and then you'll start finding shit about it that they didn't know. And then you want to give back and you want to add. Now you've just doubled the speed that you all became both of you all became an expert at this one thing. Like we got something that we're doing right now. We're getting pretty good.
No, bro. Game changer too.
Bro, but every day we're just like, oh, you have you tried this? Or you do it this way, or I heard about this, that, and third. And I say all that to say this chat, this podcast is full of people that need other people. So until we figure out a way to like really make it happen, like just reach out to people in here and just get somebody. It don't even have to necessarily be somebody to collaborate with beats on, even though that's cool too. But just knowledge, like new VSTs that might have come out, or just new production techniques that might have come out, and then you just share the knowledge back and forth, man. Get at least one of those types of people in your life, and you will double your learning, you will double your success, and you'll be helping other people. They'll be helping you. It's just so many benefits to doing that. And this chat is full of people that need somebody. I'm not trying to turn this into church and say, everybody stand up and look at your neighbor and say, I'm not trying to do that. But just realize that a lot of people need somebody. And all of those people that are that somebody and that need that somebody are right here in this community.
That's right. Bro, I'm telling you, I will hit, bro. I'm lucky because I got a lot of smart friends. Like if I need to know someone with content, I will call Busy ASAP, no hesitation. I'm Gabe with Legion Beats. I'm hitting for anything that I need to know. I pretty much have a friend that's great at it, and I will contact them with no hesitation, bro. Like, yo, hey, bro, I'm stuck. What I gotta do? But everybody knows that if they need help from me, it's the same. I'm an open book. Like, let's get it. You know what I mean? And so everybody kind of helps pull each other up. So. Man, try to find as many people on that kind of vibe, because I'm telling you, that's been the greatest thing business-wise for me, is to have other people to bounce ideas off of. Because if it was me, I would have gotten my own way a long time ago. A long time ago, bro.
That's a fact. Okay, and I'm going to do this too before I get into my next thing. I think I did this on the last show. So if you're down to be in some type of partnership like that where you want to share knowledge, you want to get knowledge, you really want to add value. You're not just a taker. You want to be that person for somebody, and you need that person as well. Just put a 111 in the comments, and everybody look around at who's putting the 111 and maybe reach out to them after the show or over time, or just keep an eye on them or something like that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, being Trizzle gets so bad, we'll be like, yo, I hit such and such with so many questions recently. I'm scared to call them again. So can you call them and ask them this question for me? And we're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Cause it will, bro. It'd be bad. I'd be like, look, bro, I'd have hit him about 20 questions, dog. Can you hit him? I don't want to keep asking, bro. I don't want to be worse of, you know what I mean?
Facts. Like, yo, let me figure out a reason to hit this person.
It's a lot of 1-on-1s in the chat, man.
Come on,
listen, y'all reach out to each other, man. And we brought it up. And after Ben Trapping 6, I will work on the Discord and finish the last little pieces of it because it's pretty much done. It's just the last little connective stuff. But yes. I think that's going to be great. I think that's going to be another way everybody can kind of, maneuver. So please be patient. Man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to go follow Newmark. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Follow. He got a couple follows in here. Perfect.
Let's see. What's the tag on the Oracle chair? I'm so good looking on that $10 gift card this past week. Treasure from the producer kit. Hey, no doubt. And
yes, sir.
Oracle, man, I think Oracle, you should probably put it, if you can, put it in your story for the chair.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because that joint's a gem, bro.
I am. By the way, that speaking of which, that $10 gift card thing that Treasure hit me. Yo, they got a new thing. Like, this is a cool little technique, marketing, whatever. I'm like, bet on it.
Time to run it.
And that's how we do it. I'll find something. I'll hit him. Yo, you know what you should try? Try
bro.
It.
And it works so easy, bro. It's like we easily could be like trying to compete against each other and be like, oh, we do the same thing. It's like, bro, Oracle put me onto the sound game. So it's like, bro, why would I even try to compete in that? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, we about to get this together. You know what I mean?
Listen.
It works out.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, strength in numbers for sure.
Yes, sir. Let's see. What's the difference between mixing and mastering? Ooh, I wish Realistic was in the chat.
Yeah.
He could give you the great answer.
Okay, I'm gonna write it like a fifth grader. So I'm gonna stop that.
Yeah, you don't get too many context clues.
Facts. For me to simplify it, mixing. Okay, take a song for example. Mixing is taking all of the individual tracks for a song, kick, snare, hat, vocal, other vocal, whatever. Mixing all of those down together. To me, mastering focuses on getting whatever the end result of that was to sound great. Mastering is more about the 2-track. Mixing is more about the stems.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very simplified way of putting it from my mind, but that's what it is to me.
Yeah, I feel like people have made it like confusing though, because they think making the beat loud is mastering when it's like, no, it's not necessarily it. Because mastering, when I think of mastering, is like albums and making sure all the different songs kind of are cohesive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's kind of over the years, I feel like it's kind of got confused with people just like the mastering suite on the beat because they just want to make it loud. If Realistic pops in, he'll give you a really, really great engineer.
Yeah. Pull out some pens and pads when he pop in.
Let's see. Hold on. I felt like I saw some other questions. I want to make sure I'm getting everybody's drink. Hold on. Abro says, bro, being in the army, continuing to keep it going is tough, but I figured out, bro. You making that drink look, bro, you out here, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he been out here doing this thing for a while now. For a while now. Prentice had a good question. Do you feel that automation and marketing is the biggest part of your business struggle? Okay. It's less of a struggle now.
Yeah.
Come on. The boys that came along.
Holiday season.
Facts. But it's one of the biggest parts of the business. Yes. Yeah. Automation and marketing, yes, definitely. Marketing itself, yes. The automation part, not so much. The automation is just kind of like a gym. Because when it comes to like marketing and business, you find out what you need to do. And then you look into how can I automate that? Once I understand it, once I've done it myself and I know what it takes, how can I automate it? Yeah.
I think me and Oracle, I feel like it's the same for you. It's like hiring people now is the biggest thing. Because I don't want to have to, with the marketing, like I'm making all my Facebook ads now. I do all my web design. Pretty much everything is just me doing it, right? And I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like just making sure it makes sense business wise. Because a lot of times it's either people are really expensive and they're really good, or they're like cheap or affordable and they're terrible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to find that balance, because I don't mind paying for certain stuff. I just want it to be right. And then I want somebody that I could kind of grow and develop with as far as like how I want stuff, and somebody who wants to be in that arena too. You know what I mean? So
100%. 100%. Yeah. Hiring people is definitely it. I've said it before, and I don't know who else thinks like this, but I think people should. I am at the point where I'm looking at a way out. Not that I'm rushing to get out, but the thing is, when you start something, businesses for the most part were made to be sold.
Thanks. And that's when you make the most money most
right,
of the time.
You turn them into something that pretty much functions by itself. All the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and then you sell it. Not saying that I'm rushing to sell this business or get out of this business, but you got to start somehow looking at how that would happen, because it's going to set you up to do the proper things that you should do with your business. If you set your business up for a proper business life, the same way you would your kid, like your business has a life cycle that will be a good life or it will be a bad life. If you set it up for the good life, you have to start looking at those things. And you can't, your business can't have a successful life cycle without having and hiring the right people.
Big facts.
So that's kind of where we at.
Hold on, Florida, I'm gonna get to your question in just a second. That one's a little bit longer of a question, so let me get some of these short ones real quick. Let's see. What do you think about TrackLib and Splice?
Okay. How about you? Well, we could do both. We could do both. I kind of want to. I really want to get into TrackLib, but we can start with Splice. I'll keep it short, man. I think the idea of Splice is dope. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think TrackLib, the idea of TrackLib is like great. I like what they're doing. And I like how they have like the artists like come speak now. It's like, hey, you can sample. That's fire.
I kept it short on Splice. TrackLib, I love. I love TrackLib. I love everything they're doing. I don't know anybody over there at all. So this is not like an endorsement of people, my homies, but I just love what they're doing as a sample-based producer. And I think I'm like one of the kings of sampling culture. I love TrackLib, bro. And they, unlike other companies that we talked about earlier, know how to reach out to the right people on the producer side and the artist side. Like you see, they get with Trizzy all the time and all that. Like those are
doing it right.
Dog, they have it right, man. So shout out to TrackLib, and like I said, shout out to Splice too. The idea of Splice is it's a good idea. I have a few qualms with Splice, but for the most part, I'm happy it's a resource for producers in our community.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at innovation, and I like how they're innovating, but it is a couple of things, you know what I mean? Well, I'm like, yeah. Is Sound still a thing? Sounds.com?
I think so. I don't know. Yo, if you've ever bought sounds from sounds.com, put a 333 in the chat.
Yeah, because bro, I'm a vendor on there. I haven't uploaded nothing on there in 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, I feel so bad because I never did upload anything, and I was one of the first people they came to. I felt I kind of feel bad, but I don't know.
Let's see. Will you guys be putting out your own VST plugins in the future?
Yes.
I was gonna give the
did I speak too fast?
Yeah, you just like yeah
for sure.
Okay. Well, since he said it, right. Let's see. Sandman Griffin says, sorry, Oracle and Trizza, I've been out the loop because I've in school for my CDLs. I just passed a permit test 4 days ago. Hey, congrats, man.
Come on, family.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go. So I like to hear. Busy says he's gonna take Splice out. Busy talk like a mobster sometimes.
He always does. What was he talking about? He was like last year. The economic hitman,
bro. Busy be out here like a mobster, dog. Like, don't let the suits fool you. My dog be out here talking real
Busy
grimy.
Yo, Busy turned 30 years old and is getting more gangster.
Oh yeah,
in the streets.
You
Business
just,
getting gangster in these streets.
you know how they used to put like the fish head or the horse head people bed. You just wake up and it's like an old broken a cockfire. It's a laptop with Fruity Loops just stuck on the screen.
Like, yo, someone sent me a knob in the mail. I don't know what it's from. Yo, yeah, Business
Benito.
gangster. I'm gonna take Splice out. I love it. I love it,
Hey,
bro.
let's
Talk
go.
that shit. Talk that shit, fam.
Let's see. I'm going to sound like an idiot here. I've been doing this for a minute. What the heck is quantization? It's hard to say, even though it is our name. It's wow.
Yeah.
I just never used it because I couldn't figure out exactly what it was.
Okay. Once again, I'm gonna try to explain this in layman's terms. So, quantization is this: if you have let's say one bar, 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4. That's 4 bars. Anyway, 4 counts is a bar. In between those 4 counts, depending on your quantization resolution, there are going to be only certain slots that a sound can fall into to be on beat. So, for instance, if you do a 16th, a quantization of 16th, it's going to be 16 slots per quarter note. I think I'm right on that. So no matter where you hit the sound, if you turn quantize on, it's just going to shift it to fall into that nearest slot, whether it be before or after. So I hope that helps. But yeah, just when you put on quantization, that just means there are only certain slots that it's going to shift that hit to fall into that quantization. And the lower your quantization, the less slots there are.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I did not crush that, but
no, that's. I mean, I don't know how any other way to explain it. Young DJ MacGyver, what up, bro?
There he is. What up, fam?
How much did you make off Doge, man? My God, yo, I'm impressed. Every time I see his little portfolio, he be posting stuff. I be like, bro, he out here, he killing it.
Young Doja Cat.
Hey, that's a good one. It should. Hey, somebody should do that one.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I haven't forgot about you, Florida's finest. Hold on. I'm just trying to get this one is a little bit longer question, so I want to get the shorter ones. Okay. Thoughts on Ableton panning? I saw Decap post something about it recently and had no idea panning worked that way in Ableton.
I gotta see the video.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
I need some type of context.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said Q's lean on me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how far back I am. I feel like I'm way back. Let me just scroll on down. Okay, we got some 333s in this thing. Sold some young DJ Newmart.
Is it just me or everybody knows how to play Lean on Me on the piano?
Was it not one of the first songs that you learned?
Bro, I feel like that is like the fur else, the hood fur else.
There you go.
You know, that was like the initial song. Like, no, everybody know how to play Lean on Me in the Rugrats joint.
Yeah, the Rugrats joint. Oh, remember back in the day, the Beverly Hills Cop joint?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, people just like, everybody knew that song.
And what's the other one? It's like you put your knuckles like. I
don't know about that pugilistic style of playing. I need to get that down.
It's off some sitcom, and I've always since that I like always play that joint. Let's see. Okay. Florida's finest production says, what's the business behind selling beats? How do you lease, etc.? How do you get the proper business done? Is there contracts?
Whoa, that's pretty broad. I would advise you, in all honesty, YouTube that.
Yeah,
there are going to be plenty of videos explaining, because it's very nuanced, I would say. But are there contracts involved? Yes,
definitely.
There definitely are. Some of those contracts may be built into the platform, like the platform. I think BeatStars might even supply contracts or something like that. I could be totally wrong. So. But what is the business? What was the first part of that question?
Yeah, what's the business behind it? I mean, and that could be several. You could do funnel style, which is great. You could do like the store. You could do the YouTube approach where you get the traffic.
Not to mention the placement method.
Yeah, so you kind of got to figure out where you want to go with it. And I mean, they all have their pros and cons to it. You know what I mean? Like the funnel style, I feel like you got to have some kind of technical aspect about it. It's not It's not the easiest thing. If you don't have any like web design background, going from zero to that is going to be a little tricky. I feel like for some people.
But you're right. Funnel style, you got to get the technicals down. Regular like even beat or like BeatStar style with using the platform, then you got to get the marketing done.
Yeah, because the benefit of the funnel is that it makes the marketing easier. And then the issue with BeatStars is that it's like having a Shopify store with a bunch of products. It's like you have to figure out how to put people down a path of, so it's not so confusing, right? So you have to figure that marketing part out. And then how do you get people to your website on either one? So that could be YouTube, that could be, you know what I mean? Like different promotions. And then the placement thing is networking and building relationships with people. So it's like one, you got to figure out where you're trying to go. And then from there, I would study up.
Yeah. That's a very good question. It's just very broad. And for the funnel style, don't hesitate to check out Legion Gabe over there. I think it's his birthday today too, bro.
Oh, word. I gotta hit him up.
Yeah. So as do I. I think I just saw that right before we jumped on. So if that is true, happy birthday, young Gabe. I'm gonna hit the air horns for you anyway, even if it's not your birthday. Shout out to my guy Gabe.
Yo, someone else, Unknown Productions, he put another in the Everybody Knows How to Play a Song on the piano entry. And this one is up there, bro. I didn't even think about this. Sheila E.
Facts.
That is one of them songs that I feel like everybody knows how to play on the piano, no matter what. I'm not mad. You know, also in mine is Nuck If You Buck. I could, bro. I took my daughter to the park, and in Atlanta they got pianos everywhere. Bro, I was in there. I was playing Nuck If You, and people were just looking at me like, "Bro, what is wrong with you?"
Was they jamming though?
Oh, they was jamming, but they was looking at me like, "Bro, what you trying? You trying to get these toddlers to fight out here?"
trying to get it proper.
Yeah. Let's see.
Shane Wick had a good question. This is a really good question, actually. Are artists really shopping on BeatStars? How many people finding success this route? I don't know the answer to that, but I'm willing to bet yes, artists are really shopping on BeatStars. Like, I don't know, besides knowing producers in their own network, if I'm an artist, I wouldn't even know a whole bunch of places to go to get beats. Like, and then you hear everyone knows of this huge marketplace full of producers and full of beats. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I would if I was an artist. I'd be on there.
Yeah, I mean, they doing numbers, so I'm sure they getting in there. Yeah. It's just, I feel like the issue with any of the, and I don't want to say like BeatStars because I don't want to just feel like I'm like picking on BeatStars, but like Airbit, I don't know any of the other ones, but it's almost like, see, we come from e-commerce background, so it's the same issue. It's just wrapped in a different thing. That when you have a lot of products like Amazon, right? If you're selling something on Amazon, you have a lot of competition, and then it's a lot of products. So you got to figure out how to kind of narrow that down, because if not, consumers are going to get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know what you're looking for, nobody wants to sit there and search through 50 million things all day. So your job is to figure out how to make that easier for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
also, the way that question was phrased was really interesting. Are artists really shopping on BeatStars? Is anyone else seeing success with this route? So anyone else seeing success with this route is aimed at the producers, is aimed at the people in here. And so from the artist standpoint, yes, BeatStars is a fucking oasis in the desert. Like, yo, it's a billion beats on there, all types of prices, all types of flavors. It's nuts. As a producer, though, which is why is anyone seeing success doing this route, is because you are in a sea of a million producers. So I don't know if it's more producers than artists that go to BeatStars, but I do know that if there are a ton of producers on BeatStars, it is your personal duty to figure out how you are going to stand out in the crowd. Because make no mistakes, you are in a huge crowd. Crowd. So yeah, from the artist aspect, BeatStars is awesome. From producer aspect, it is awesome, but I can see where the struggles will come in. I would just urge everybody to try to be as creative as possible, or just try new things to stand out. And that's kind of like a broad suggestion, or just something to say, but I don't know, man. Just figure it out. I don't know how else to put it. Like, always try to figure out how to put your own spin on something that is going to catch people's eye. I'm not going back to the beat making video thing, but I'm like, all right, I could do beats online. I saw a couple people do it, but like, yo, if I get these lights, I would invested in a whole bunch of lights. This before people had the colorful lights, and I invested in odd, gadgets and stuff like that, and then started doing beat making videos, and it worked out. But it was just all a thing of having that train of thought. Like, I could do this, like everyone else is doing this, but how can I do it differently to stand out? And it works. So I just encourage you to take that type of process, that thought process, into BeatStars or anything else that you're doing.
As Russell Brunson, if y'all know who that is, he's like a marketer, right? And really smart dude. He talks about red ocean and blue ocean, right?
Yes.
And to me, like, those beat stores are like a red ocean, which means it's like a lot of sharks in the water. It's a lot of blood in the water, right? So you trying to get people to the blue ocean, the clear waters, where it's like, it's not that much it's not, it's the new path, right? And that's like a big thing in marketing. And that's where I think Legion is so genius, because that's what he did basically. Like, he took something that was like red ocean and made it the blue, and then you're like, oh wow, that's genius. You get what I'm saying? So even if you're selling stuff, I mean, try to figure out ways to separate yourself, and don't just copy exactly what everybody else is doing, because you're just going to end up looking like everybody else.
Yeah, try to put a spin on it somehow. Put a spin on it and establish yourself as an authority as much as you can. When people see that you know what the hell you're talking about, or it's a difference between somebody doing something and somebody that really does this. Thanks. You got your man that can play ball, and then you got LeBron.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So try to establish yourself as an authority, and try to put your own creative spin on everything.
Shout out to Slim Trail. What up, bro? He says, would you prefer selling on BeatStars versus your own site, or would you do both?
You know the answer to that, bro.
Yeah.
Bothy.
Why not?
How would you know which one is going to yield you the best outcome if you never try both?
And then sometimes one might be hitting one day, and then the other one might be hitting the other day. So if you got a slow day on one, you know what I'm saying? That other one coming through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Let's see. More producers than artists. Make your own artists. Trust your knowledge. We know the most artists will pop in the game. Then comes a pub deal, etc. Not mad. Not mad
at all. Oh, that reminded me of something, man. Shout out to Lamont Graves. I follow him. He follows me. I think he's an entertainment lawyer. 100%. And he had a post. I reposted it, and he liked it. Shout out to Lamont Graves. But it reiterated the point of, don't just aim at the higher artists and try to get placements with them. Like, make an artist, create an art. Like, get somebody that is on your level as an artist, and you all grow together. And if you look back, that has been like the blueprint for so many people. It's no need to name all the producer artist duos out there, but it just reminded me to remind you all, that's always the best way to go, bro. Like, that's gonna be the best way. Especially if you got beats and you don't have any artists with songs over your beats, try to find a dope artist that's not known, and get them to do something over your beats. And now you have proof that you can make a dope song, and someone sounds dope over whatever you're doing. And then you can use that as kind of a business card that other people can see, or, you know what I mean? Like, a higher up artist that you might be aiming for might see that. You know what I'm saying? But one of the best ways that some of your favorite producers have done it is you just have a homie, y'all just working on music, and it just blows up after that. So shout out to Lamont Graves for putting that out there to remind me to put that back out there.
And with that, it's a better chance of getting more, because it's tricky, bro. Because I think when people think of placements, right, they thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a record on there. But you got to realize everybody's competing for the same 10 tracks, 12 tracks, right? And so you're competing against 808 Mafia, Metro, Polo, Timberland. Everybody's competing for the same slots, right? So the amount of slots that you're really going to get is really like one if you're lucky and connected, right? But when you build something, you could get 3 on a project, 4
you can
on
do
a
the whole project.
It's a better situation to be able to do those kind of joints, and I feel like it opens you up to do those bigger artists.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, don't sleep on that. Like, look at Mike Will. Mike Will blew up off of Ray Shrim, man. I mean, well, really Gucci Man. So I don't want to downplay that, but like Ray Shrim is when he like took over. I feel like, and yeah, that was a good little play.
Hey, man, for sure.
We'll see. Lamont is also Jaleel Beats' cousin. Oh, I didn't know that.
Didn't know. And it's funny, like people, that they're probably somebody, but all in all, I've been following Lamont for a minute just because his posts were dope. His advice was dope. The shit he was saying was dope. It wasn't until later I looked, I'm like, oh, he's a lawyer. Okay, he's probably somebody. I still don't know to this day, but just saying all that to say good advice and good content is good advice and good content.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Trizzy Track using Euphoria loops is fire. Hey, appreciate it.
Come on.
I think I had an email go out today. I think that might be what it is. But yeah, Trizzy and Jay Black is, bro. If they touch it, it's going stupid, bro.
They killers, bro. They are killers. Killers.
Let's see. What's the best way to start making money if you have bona fide dope shit? Here's the question. How do you know it's bona fide?
Come on.
Who's telling you that it's bona fide? Because and this is not the like and this is not like to downplay you, right? It might be cold, but the market determines the value. So you have to be careful saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it might be dope to you, but then if the people who cutting the check, it ain't dope to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a weird balance. So
100%. And how do you make money if you have bona fide dope shit? A simple answer would be to sell it. But that's a nuanced process. Not a nuanced answer, but a nuanced process.
You got to find a way to get in front of the people who gonna pay for it, and that's tricky.
It's simple. It's very simple. All of this shit is very simple, but that doesn't make it easy.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of business, a lot of life. Honestly, life in itself is very simple, super simple, but not easy.
I got a producer proverb. Okay, you ready?
Hit me.
Life is like a Little John beat. It's simple, but not easy.
Woo.
You know what I mean? Because them Little John beats, people be thinking there's 3 notes, and them joints is like easy.
You try to make one.
You hear the sonics and the mixing and all the creativity behind it. You like, all right, bro. It's a lot to this.
Yep. That trap, honestly. Trap in general. But that was a good analogy with the Lil Jon beat. I like that. Shout out to Lil Jon.
Let's see. And he says, not bragging, just being real. I get it. And I'm not mad. Please don't get this wrong. Like I'm saying, like, don't feel yourself and believe in yourself. But just make sure, because I know so many homies like, I'm the best rapper. And it's like, bro, you're not the best rapper. You're not close to the best rapper. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to find a balance between like believing in yourself and then not coming off like a, hey, you like hip hop music kind of guy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. It might be just something with me, but whenever people say like, oh, I got super, super dope stuff, it's just like, it makes me think like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It puts the other person in a position to prove you wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. If someone's like, I'm the best that ever made a beat, as soon as they hit play, your mind is going to like, how is that not right? Like you just put the person, you don't want to put people in that predicament. You don't want people to view you like that. So, and not saying you here, but just in general, if you would be like, yo, I'm the dopest producer ever, people just automatically conditioned to prove you wrong. Even if they think that you are good and dope, they may just say no, just because, you know what I'm saying? It's just human nature. So don't make it an adversary out of a potential ally.
Yeah. We'll see. I just watched a reaction video of Scott Storch last night. I'm amazed. I'm just learning of such a talented producer. Oh, snap. Well, first of all, shout out for you watching that video. I'm like, what video? But I remember what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. And Scott is a legend, bro.
100%.
Musically, I don't think I've ever seen anybody as good as Scott in real life.
No.
On a keyboard. I don't think. I was in like 2 or 3 sessions with him, and every time I'm like, bro, what is going on, dog? How is he this good at just like coming up with melodies, and they're all like hits? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. The only person or people I've seen that maybe on that level are in gospel.
Oh yeah, and he got that background. Like he played. Scott played, but he like figured out how to like. I don't want to say dumb it down, but like
he got the
friendly.
formula.
Yeah,
he know what it is.
Fifth grader. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a dope chef that could go to a different any different country and cook their food in a dope way. You know what I mean?
He said, "I apologize if I finished." No, it ain't like that, bro. No, not like that at all, bro. You good, man. You good. I just want to make sure because I see it all the time. People be like, "Yo, I'm the best." Oh, I got the dopest son, and then they play it, and then everybody's looking like, "Okay," you know what I mean? So don't set yourself up like that. You know, it's a balance, man. You know what I mean? Like, feel yourself, be proud of your stuff, but as my uncle used to say, you know, you undersell, over deliver. He was talking about something completely different. Like, listen here, young
shout out to Uncle Jerome.
This is what you do. You undersell, you over deliver. You know what I mean? That's how you keep them. But
yes,
it works.
MacGyver had a really good point. All artists have homeboys that make beats.
That is very true.
That is
very true.
That is super true. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, he's right.
Let's see. What is the definition of a hit song today? Ooh, that's a rabbit hole, boy. Yeah, you trying to start something, man.
Yeah, dog. I don't know. It's gonna be, one could argue numbers, one could argue popularity, and one could argue impact. Those are just 3 ways I could think of off the rip. And honestly, one of those, if the song is high in one of those, to one person, it may not be shit to another person. So that goes back to many episodes ago when I asked the question and pointed out, we haven't seen a time of hit songs in a long time. When was the last smash hit song? Long time ago. Long time ago.
Only thing I can think of is Old Town Road. Is the only one where it's like that was a hit.
Old Town Road. Before that, I think we said Bruno Mars. And before that, I don't know. But now if you think about it, it's like saying, when was the last like super great movie in the movie theaters? You know, you might name a few, but they were really spaced out. But if you go back in time with movies and with songs, if you think about the bona fide hit songs, there was a point in time for a long time, decades, that you would get hit songs every month. You get a new, and it's not like I think it's a hit and a few people think it's a hit. Like, no, the world unanimously said this is a hit. Same with movies. If you look back in certain years, at a certain movie you like, oh, when did that come out in theaters? And then you look at what else was in the movies at the same time, like, damn, all these were like classic movies. That everyone, music and movies, it was a time, it was hit. And then as time went on, things changed, and now they are few and far between, to the point where it might not even matter anymore.
Yeah. I think music went from more about, because I feel like people would spend a year working on one record, and one album is just like continuously working on the same 12 songs to get it great. I feel like now it's like the turnaround is so quick. It's like you don't get that specialness. You
don't have that time. You don't have that luxury of taking 1, 2, 3 years to work on a hit album.
But I think that's why when you hear a Kendrick or a Bruno, somebody you could tell is taking a lot of time, that's why it's like their music is always like, wow, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Because you can hear the time that they're putting into that.
Yes. There you go.
Like, I feel like Kendrick probably on the same song, he probably do 20 verses till he get it exactly how he want.
I think Kendrick worked on a song like Polo used to work on a beat.
Oh yeah.
That boy worked on the beat for 2 years.
But when he played, that joint be amazing.
Fire. A lot of it became hits.
Hold on. I feel like it was a question that I feel like I missed. DJ Newmark says most of Dr. Dre's releases were unknown artists. Dang, that is a good point.
If you think about it,
Dang.
You're right. Shit. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Even like Eazy-E and NWA was unknown. God damn. I'm thinking. That's true. Minus a few hits here and there with other people. You are right. Like Dre's stuff, they were unknown artists. Shout out to him. You ain't never heard of Lady of Rage.
Shout out to VA.
Shout out to Farmville, VA.
Hey,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Right there in the country beside me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, bro. Damn, good point. Newmark, for sure.
Someone, I can't find the question, so I'm paraphrasing, but they basically was asking like, if you're gonna put out your own like project, do you use like a TuneCore or DistroKid? I think they're both great. Only reason I use TuneCore is because I have a relationship with one of the heads there. I know her like well. We used to live in the same floor on the apartment complex, and so that's like the homie. So it's like they show me love. Like if I release something, they'll put it on the playlist and like help promote it and all that stuff. But I've heard good stuff about DistroKid too. So I don't think it really matters. United Masters, I've heard great stuff about them. So I think they're all pretty comparable.
Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That. Hive Mind, what up? Says salute, fellas.
Hive, what up, bro?
Yep. Let's see what else is going on here.
Let's see. So does time matter, or should you keep up with social media?
I don't know if I'm understanding that right.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think back of what we were talking about. If you can, 912, elaborate a little bit more.
Just a bit.
Yeah, we'll answer that. Do we do this every week? Yes, sir. Every Friday,
4 p.m. East Coast time, live on YouTube for sure, and Instagram.
Yeah, for CP time most of the time.
Yeah. Well, you know, we show up before the food get cold. We show up.
Oh, Fiction asked a question too. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, let's see. Would you rather hold on. Let me find it. You got anything while I find this question?
I do. I have a tip. When if you find yourself procrastinating on something, like you're making a beat, you kind of fucking around procrastinating, or you're just doing something, you kind of procrastinating. One way to get through that is to pretend like a film crew is filming you or following you that day. You're not going to do anything that is not putting yourself in your best light. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna show your best self. So I found myself doing that. I was I don't know what I was doing the other day, and I'm doing it, but I ain't really doing it. I'm kind of doing it. And then it's like I remembered this from somewhere, and I'm like, let me pretend like a film crew was like here filming me. Well, you wouldn't be bullshitting around doing your thing if a film crew was filming you. You're gonna be like, no, I'm on it. On it. Like, you do this step, and then you do this, and then you do that. And it made me get through that thing a lot faster. And I'm like, oh, this is a good tip. It's a good little mind hack that I might want to share on the podcast on Friday. So yeah, next time you're doing something, you feel yourself procrastinating, or if you just really want to be your best self at any given time, just pretend like a film crew is filming you. And if that ain't enough for you, pull out a camera and film yourself.
Like Gucci Man said, it's a photo shoot. Get your camera phones on, girl. It's a photo shoot. That's a great song. You don't know how many great memories I had to that song. Boy.
Oh, we had to share those on the Patreon.
Figure eight in Atlanta with Gucci photo shoot. Come on, bro.
DJ, wait, DJ McGovern said you was high.
Zaza.
I hate you.
Fiction, if you can't ask that question again, I seen it, but I can't find it. And it's a lot of questions back. But yeah, Fiction, ask that again, please. Young Clint Music, what up, bro?
Clint, what up? There he is.
Giving the gems.
Facts. Wait, I had another.
Fiction said, don't worry about my question in school. Fiction, if you don't put this question in,
all right.
Shit, Okay, so 912 says, that's my point. Should you go for the quality or stay dropping music at the current pace of music? Like it take a year to make some great albums, or do you keep dropping music at the pace, or do you just do music? That's a great question.
That's a really good question. So the logic in me is like try to do both at the same time and get better at each. Try to get faster at each. It may be easier said than done. But okay, so let's say to make music at its current pace, how fast does stuff drop? Let's just say the average artist might drop something every month, maybe.
Yeah. Or even if it ain't music, they're dropping some kind of content to stay relevant.
Right. So, and let's just say on the quality side, you like, all right, for me to put together a project that I feel is going to be quality, it's going to take me about a year. Maybe I would figure out how to get that year down as close to a month as I possibly can. And I would try to find a way to get the quality of that month of just being current as good as the quality of if I spent a year on something.
Yeah.
And then in my mind, I'm going to try to figure out what are the components of each of those goals and then figure out how I can apply them and also how I can maybe automate some of it. You know, and that's just my initial thought process, and it'll get more nuanced as you get down to it. But I would just try to figure out a way to bridge the gap.
Yeah. Let's see. Do what Dr. Dre do. Go for quality. Still waiting on detox.
Yo,
oh, don't do that.
So I had it's an inside joke, but so no one's gonna get it. But basically, I was talking to Rich the other day. He says he's basically joking about he's gonna vandalize some of my shit, right? And he's like, I'm gonna vandalize your shit. I'm gonna write detox on everything. And I was like, oh, it'll be cool. No one will ever tell because no one will ever see detox anyway. And that's like the running joke between me and Rich. And I think detox. I don't know. But it's kind of that thing of if you care about the quality so much, and you don't really have a urgent need, like your life is not depending on putting this particular thing out, that you end up in a detox ass situation. Now, a lot of people that end up in detox situations, that just means that they made it to some degree, and it doesn't really matter.
If Dr. Dre's a billionaire, like exactly. he can do what he wants. You know what I mean?
Some people just get fearful, and it's like, yo, I just got scared, even though it might have saved my life or changed my life. I just got petrified and stopped. Right. But yeah, Dre is kind of like, detox. Yeah, I'll work on detox once an hour every month, something like that. Who knows? But it's just it's no need. If I was Dre, I wouldn't see a need to put out detox right this second.
Yeah, the difference between like Dre and Kendrick and all, they could take a year off and it don't hurt them at all. I think at the beginning, you got a proof of concept, you know what I mean? And you got to try to get as much out there. I mean, still quality. I would say you got a Gucci Man or Future. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still quality. It's still great, but you could tell they just like, they churn them joints out. But when they catch one, you know what I mean? They catch one. Yeah. So, you know, or Lil Wayne. Yeah, I don't want to neglect the pioneers of I'm going to make a bajillion songs and y'all going to like one of them.
The Goldie Goldies. The Goldie Goldies. I saw something. Shout out to Brandman Sean, man.
Shout out to Brandman. I saw something. I need to hit him up, man.
Yes. I saw something he posted. I think this might have been even before the last show. It was something to the effect, and I'm going to paraphrase, and I hope I'm not messing it up. It was something to the effect of, if you are a newer artist, stop teasing music. Like,
that's good.
Stop being like, oh, first song ever coming out in a month. Well, get ready and all that. Like, yo, just put out some fucking music, man. Like, no one knows who you are. You need to get out there. People need to know who you are. Stop trying to do the whole big ass rollout. No one is. I think the gist of it was, no one is checking for you anyway. Only because people don't even know about you. So you building all this hype and this anticipation up, and people don't know about you anyway. It's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. You need to start putting out shit so people know that you make dope shit, and then eventually you can get to a point where you tease music and do a big old rollout. And it makes sense. When I saw that video, I had never thought about it. I'm like, that's low key like genius.
Yeah,
Jim.
So telling your auntie about the rollout, she don't care. She trying to make some greens.
Facts. If I'm on, so if I'm on Instagram and I'm doing my rollout on Instagram and I got 2 followers, who am I doing a rollout for? I'm doing a rollout for myself.
And the 2 followers don't know that you do music.
No, they don't.
So it's like, hey man, just put the music out, let the music speak first, and then promote. You know what I mean?
There you go. So yeah, stop. That's all I had in this note. That's way down in these notes. Is stop teasing music - Brandman Sean. So I had to rely on my memory to remember what that was. But yes, and that was a very good point, man. Once again, shout out to Brandman Sean. Follow him. Brandman Sean.
Was it a year? Was it a year ago? 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Was it the last Producer Power Summit or the one before? Oh yeah.
Wait.
Shit. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But yeah, he spoke at one of the Producer Power Summits.
Yes.
So like, dog, it's weird how like the times are changing, because have you heard that it's a Soulja Boy song called She Makes It Clap, which is wild. The Soulja Boy got a hit song in 2021. Shout out to Soulja Boy for being a legend, bro. He's still out here, bro.
Still.
I feel like the TikTok age is made for Soulja Boy. If anybody should flourish in this, it should be Soulja Boy, right? But dog, he made that song playing Grand Theft Auto on Twitch. It was a freestyle. Like he was playing the game, playing Grand Theft Auto, and it was freestyling, and everybody was going crazy about it. And then he's like, all right, and then records it, and then it blows up. So it's like now it's like the feedback and the quickness of like, all right, I'm gonna turn out an idea, and then if somebody likes it, I'm gonna kind of embellish on it. It's just a weird time of like how people could get feedback, you know what I mean? Like live like that.
True. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Super fast. DJ Newmark said, down. Oh, either of y'all tried that theory board? No, I've seen it. I haven't tried it. And to be honest with you, bro, I know what it's for, but I just look at it and I'm like, wow, that would be a dope ass controller. I just want.
Is that the one with the Facebook ad and it just looks like a bunch of light brights? It's just like a bunch of little buttons. Okay, yeah. I'm
like, man, look at all those buttons and stuff. Yeah. That would be. I would get one, but I would not use it for what it's used for. Like it looks dope though.
It just looks like a fire like LED light panel that you should have in your room for decoration. I still don't quite know what it does. I just keep seeing the ads and like, oh, that looks cool.
I want to say it teaches you music theory, and I think it has some cool stuff going on. But yeah, anything with that many buttons on it, I'm like, ooh, yeah. I can label. I can make those buttons do everything. I would like to take this time out to bring that up. Led me to a thought that I had yesterday. The Korg Trinity had a touchscreen in 1995. Just let that sink in real quick. Way ahead of its time.
I never thought about that.
Way ahead of its time. And then in 1999, the Triton also had a touchscreen.
Triton.
So we ain't got to go into that. But think about this. The Korg Trinity had a touchscreen in 1995. Do you know how long it would be before we saw that technology again on a major piece of music equipment? Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I thought about that yesterday.
That's wild. I didn't even think about that. Let's see. Ice Cold Beverage says DJ Newmark is Good People is one of the coolest cats ever.
Come on.
Agree. And listen, you gotta know it's 100 because his name is fire. His name is Ice Cold Beverage, so you gotta know. You know what I mean?
100%. And if Ice Cold Beverage says DJ Newmark is one of the coolest people ever, that makes Ice Cold Beverage one of the most honest people ever.
It's like I'm looking at it as like, is that a pun or is that just unintentional? But that was a great one.
Hey, if I'm Ice Cold Beverage, I'm labeling everybody as cool, and I'm also putting snowflakes on everything I like. On social
come on, media. Man. Hey, Ice Cold, if you ain't using that snowflake emoji,
that's snowflake, bro.
That's a free one. That's a gem right there.
Something like that.
Salute YouTube fans. Hey, I'm here today because I'm paying attention.
Hey.
AJ the Voice, what up, bro? Hey,
come on, what's happening?
Shout out to AJ the Voice. I go on Instagram and he had a dope song written to a beat that I forgot that I made with my homeboys. You know, you get tagged to something, and you like, bro, did I make this? Bro, but the song was dope. That's why I was like, wait, I made this?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make some plays. You know what I mean?
Fiction Live says you guys are the best. Much love, much appreciated.
Let me get her question because I asked her for it and then I still ain't answered it. So she was saying, I just was asking about marketing a song versus marketing an artist, if that makes sense.
Marketing a song versus marketing an artists. One just seems like okay. I don't really know how to answer, so I'm just gonna grasp like the most simplified stuff that comes on my mind. One is a longer process than the other. Marketing a song has a certain shelf life in terms of the rollout. A artist is a continuous process of it's more brand building. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but with either one of those, I would say look at how your favorite songs were marketed, look how your favorite artists were marketed, take something out of those playbooks and see what you can do with it. I'm not quite sure what the exact question was, but I hope that helps.
And okay, so I think, and I heard this on a podcast the other day. I'm forgetting who it was, but he was talking about the value of something and like implied value, right? And so I think when marketing a song, it's like it's great for the time being. It's like Oracle saying it's a short-lived thing, but marketing an artist makes the song great in a way too. If the story of the artist is great, like if Meg Thee Stallion drops a song, women are gonna love it because they like Meg. And the song is like an after part of that. You get what I'm saying? Of like they already love her. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the story. Basically, on the podcast, the dude was saying, "Hey, I got this book, right?" And people were like, "How much you think it costs?" And it's like $10, right? Then he's like, "I got this book that was autographed by the first guy who invented this, and this is like the first one he ever autographed. So now, how much is that book worth, right?" And it's like now the story and that person's being increase the value of that book. And I think it's the same thing with like songs. So whatever the story and the marketing behind that person increases the value of the song. I know that's a long way to go around that.
Nope. Makes perfect sense though.
Yeah. Ice cold beverage got the snowflakes on deck.
Come on. Sir. Listen. My man put that into action immediately, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what I like to see. Let's see. Someone said they filled out a form and it wasn't working. Let's see. I had a question about the application. I filled out and clicked the link that was sent, but I didn't get a form. I would have to,
Somehow I'm feeling like that's directed towards me. DM me if it was.
Yeah. Let us know whoever it was, and we'll get it straight.
Facts.
Let's see. I like to think about the pen and scene in Wolf of Wall Street. You got to show the customer the reason they need what you're selling, regardless of what it is.
That was a great scene. That was a marketing gem, bro.
Oh, I want to watch that movie now.
Yeah. Do you want to get the gist of the scene, or you just want to watch? Oh, you've seen it. You've seen that shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a million times. This is one of the movies I keep watching.
I said it again. I turned to the movie podcast, but if you like Wolf of Wall Street, watch Middlemen.
Oh, that's the one. Yes, I think that's the one I was trying to think of the other day.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the OG recommendations I gave you. Yeah, watch Middlemen for sure.
Okay. Dog, I'll be in this podcast full of notes, dog. I'll be over here. I got 6 tabs from stuff y'all done said on the podcast. Let's see. Organic growth first before paid ads. Ooh, that's tricky.
Yeah. If I would put at the end of that, if you could be so lucky.
Yeah, because organic growth is low key not there anymore.
No, it's a long, slow build, but it pays off the most. It's the most authentic. However, like Trizza said, like nowadays, I don't know. Like if I was just getting started now, I would always go for organic growth because that's the most authentic. But paid,
it's gonna get you there.
I'm going to explore paid. Whereas in the beginning when I started, I never thought about paid. No, I'm not paying for no growth. But now, shit.
No. How much can I spend?
Yeah, facts. What's the budget?
Yeah, because the issue with paid versus organic, and unless you're great at targeting or you got a lot of money, paid ads are going to be trash at the beginning if you don't have any organic. And then your organic is not really you're not going to really have organic at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to do one thing and take the L. I don't want to say L, but it's like the proverbial L.
Mm-hmm.
And spend a little money or spend a lot of time. Somehow you're going to,
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, either way, you're going to have to spend either time or money getting it started at the beginning and then figuring it out.
Yes. For your if you don't have the organic growth or organic thing, when you start your paid, unless you are just mind-blowingly good or you have some unique selling proposition, your paid is going to not work very well. But I mean, you may be doing something, you may put a spin on it, so people like, wow, that marketing is dope, and it, you know, it gets shared and it gets liked. But chances are, if you're not focusing on really half the shit we said in the beginning of the show about you know, just being unique, putting your own spin on certain things, blah 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 blah, then paid is not really going to work for you at all.
Okay, so Prince, he says, if you prefer to concentrate on a creative process, is there a company or path that you would recommend? Yeah, I mean, I guess, are you referring towards like versus like doing ads and like all the other stuff, or like, I just want to make sure I'm answering correct.
Yeah, I didn't really I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, let me know, like, if you prefer to concentrate on a creative, I get that, but is there a company or a path that you would recommend? You mean like to outsource the other parts, or, you know what I mean? Like, let us know more specific, and then we'll answer. Is MJ's I always get that word wrong, bro. Posthumous?
Posthumous, yes.
Yeah, okay. Album fire. What's y'all opinion? Ooh,
are you talking about Escape? Well, seeing as how I did sound design on that album, I'm going to be biased to say it was great.
Yeah, what he said.
Listen, yeah, I was there for the making of Escape, so for sure.
You know, one that I don't know how I feel about is the Prince one.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah, because I don't know if Prince would want that out, and I know how Prince is about his music, so that's what makes it weird for me. You know what I mean?
Well, I heard, and I don't know how reliable this source was, but I heard that that's what this was made for this time. Or these songs were made for when I'm not here. I don't think it's like just a grab of unreleased stuff. Okay, I think it was, stuff specifically for this.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'm with it. I just didn't want it to be like a family came together and they played A&R and put together some songs, and we're going to release it. That'd be the worst.
That's what I thought. And I forgot where I heard this from, but yeah, the source, and I can't say it's credible because I don't remember what it was, but that's what I heard.
Fiction says, I'm starting a little podcast right now, right on Twitter soon, with the voice tweets. I hope some of y'all will record yourselves replying back. Hey, that's fine. Now. Yo, go check out Fiction. Do you have a name on the podcast? You know, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. You're gonna get a chat from me, or we go, okay, so he was saying, I just want to make music. I don't want to concentrate on marketing. So
you got to partner up, bro.
Yeah, because
something.
The issue is you can get other people to run Facebook ads. There's companies that do that, right? The issue is it's gonna be expensive.
They're gonna tax the shit out of you
because they're gonna tax you for your just the time of setting up everything and running the ads. That's gonna be about $1,000. Then you got to have an ad budget per month. They're gonna want you to at least spend about at least 500.
I was gonna say at least $1,000, but yes,
500 is bare minimum at least. And then you got to remember at the beginning to your targeting, all this stuff takes time. So it's not going to work immediately. So you got to be willing to lose that money. I don't want to say lose because you're gaining data, right? So don't think of it as like a total L, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But you got to be willing to understand that it's an investment of, I got to put this in there to get something back. And then that's if your offer is good. It's so many things to it, bro, that you can do it. And I mean, it's probably, for me, it's probably best that I start outsourcing now, but I'm so used to doing it now. I'm like,
but you know, you can't get out if you do everything.
That's
the goal
very true.
Is to at least be able to get out. So, man, that's a lot. Because I feel like the average musician, producer, whatever, me, probably you, started in the position of, I just create. I'm a creator. I don't know about marketing. I don't know about none of this shit. But then you learn about marketing. And me personally, I put a lot of the creation on the back burner to focus on the marketing and the business in order to get back to the creation. If that makes sense.
Right.
Because listen, unless you Mary J. Blige doing the My Life environment, to me, it doesn't. The My Lifetime album, it doesn't really pay off to create in a stressful environment.
Unless you K Michelle or Keisha Cole.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But personally, I want to do songs. I want to do beats. All this dope shit that I didn't care about as a kid. But now you get older. Guess what? You need money. You got to be able to do certain shit. And so, having all that looming in the back of your mind and having life on your back, so to speak, I don't like to create in that type of turmoil or have those thoughts enter my creative process. So the only way to shake those thoughts was to get that shit straight. So that meant putting some creativity to the side. I can still create every day,
right,
but just not as much as I used to, because I got to get this other stuff straight to get life good so I could create freely. You know what I'm saying? There were times I was creating my ass off, but there were no lights. I'm stealing electricity from across the hall type shit.
Boy.
Right? Listen, bro. No, I'm in here. I'm NPCing up on the stolen electricity from across the hall. And while I could create, and while it was probably still good, I don't know about you, I like making beats with the lights on.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, in the beginning, you don't care about marketing, then and business, then you kind of get to the business, put the creation on hold in order to just get back to the creation.
Yeah, and I'm a Facebook ads. Okay, it's difficult. I'm not going for. I've been studying this for like how long now? Maybe
it's been
4 or 5
years, bro. Yeah,
and I'm just getting like where I'm like confident with it, right? But I will say, it's one of those things that you at least should understand if you're going to outsource it. Because if you just give people money and tell them to do something and you don't know how they joint work, they going to burn through that budget, dog. They going it's going to go, it could go horribly wrong really quick. And
yes,
you could spend money real quick with ads. So you got to just, ads is all about testing, right? It's all about trial and error, right? So you just got to be willing to like, you got to learn how to like, all right, if this didn't work, what is the point where it didn't work, right? Because if you're getting a bunch of clicks and then people aren't buying, you know what I'm saying? That means your ad is good. People are clicking. It's something with your page or your offer, right? That's throwing them off. So you have to understand like, all right, this is how you break down like, all right, I'm not getting clicks. Nobody's clicking ad. That means your ad isn't good. Maybe it's your creative. Maybe it's your copy or however you write. You know what I'm saying? I say copy, and I realized, like I said it to somebody, and they was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I keep forgetting that not everybody prefer, the words. But yeah. So you just gotta keep trial and error, bro. I've got one ad that I've ran for a year, and it's just me testing every 2 weeks. Like, maybe I should switch this word, and now it works great. You know what I'm saying? But it's me testing and testing and testing, and I'm organizing the same way. Fact. Keep trying over and over.
And I was gonna say. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
I was going to say too, just as like where if something isn't working, you got to figure out where it went wrong. When things are working, you got to figure out why they're working, so you can double down on that, scale it up to make them work even better.
Exactly. Because it's always, you could take something that's working and then change some words, change some images, and then get a better price. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And don't underestimate the offer. The better one of the most important things you could do is just make a good offer. Have a dope offer.
You could have the trashiest ad as long as people see it and the offer is crazy. I've seen people have horrible looking ads and they still make money.
The offer's crazy. Or the brand has recognition as well. Because if you have a brand that is super recognized, like for instance, if let's say Beyonce did a Facebook ad, the ad could be trash, but if you know it's an authentic Beyonce ad, you go click on it and you go see what it is, and you might buy it.
She's about to make a bajillion dollars off of that alone.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I mean, so many things to consider.
DJ 912 says that's what the point I'm at with ads. That is a monster in itself. I want to hire someone, but it's expensive. So do y'all have a week or a day where you just focus on ads? Every day
every day until one of us gets this 100% flawlessly right. And by the way, the ad world
it never stops.
It's changing. And as of like the 26th of this month, it's gonna change like it never changed before. No, it's ever changing. So it's not a set it and forget it type of thing. It's an everyday ongoing thing. And that gets me back into the conversation about not being able to create as much as you want to, or as freely as you want to, until you get the marketing and the business and shit straight. Because when you do things like ads, it takes a while to get proficient at them. And with the ever-changing landscape, almost on a daily basis, it might take you a little while to get back to the 100% creativity aspect of it.
Thanks. DJ Newborn says, how you feel about shopping full songs to a A-level artist for them to make their own? Oh, bro.
Wow.
That's the way.
Why not? Yeah.
That's the game plan.
Hey, man, here's the full jump. Here's the beat. And here's the beat with the hook.
Yeah, most of the time, if I'm shopping a record, it's already got a demo on it. I don't really shop just beats. For the most part, unless it's like a rapper. But even if it's a rapper, I got hooks on them. Like, that's the way I think. I'm trying to give you the whole song.
Right. Because you could always say, I don't want the hook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The beat is hard, but I don't want the hook. Cool. Then you could take the beat. But I feel like a lot of times, like, I think that's the genius of Pharrell. Is Pharrell is going to give you the hook with the beat. So that even if the beat could be super crazy, you get what I'm saying? It could be the weirdest beat, but the hook is going to make it make sense for you. And then it's like, okay, I could rap on that. Because I don't know how Pharrell got some of these beats off, bro. Like, some of these beats are so weird. I'm like,
if you heard them by themselves, you're like, what the hell?
He had to put the hook on it. Because it ain't no way that you could just play that for somebody and they just understand off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But they end up being some of the greatest songs ever. You know what I mean? Because he gave the idea, you know?
Facts. I see a comment. I guess DJ McGuire was talking about my stealing electricity story. He says, all night he used to sleep in the studio. That is a fact, bro. I used to live in the studio. And sometimes when the studio wasn't making money, it wouldn't be no lights. I had to wait till the business across the hall closed. And then I would run an extension cord and steal electricity from the business across the hall in order to create in the wee hours of the night, and make sure that I cleaned up everything, like unplugged everything before the business opened up again in the morning. And I would go somewhere and take a shower.
Keeping it gangster.
Hey, man, listen, you got to live your raps sometimes.
Ads take forever to get right, but when you get them right, my brother, it's a glorious thing. DJ Watson says, when you talk about talking with a hook, who is doing the hook? I don't have a professional hook artist money quite yet. So, man, you find songwriter, man, just like how it's producers and we're all like trying to figure it out and come up together. It's so many songwriters out here, or even artists that are willing to write, and
they dying to get on some new beats.
No, y'all have heard me talk. My homie Trev Rich, right? So me and Trev went to college. We stayed like, you know how college apartments, they would be all like linked together and all that. So we like right there, right? And dog, he's like an artist. Like Joe Budden plays him all the time on the joint. Like, great artist, right? Dog, he just wrote like a Sweetie record. He wrote like a G-Eazy record. Like, that's what he does. And he's a great art. He's like a popping artist, you know what I'm saying? Just by himself, but he's still out here writing, you know, for other people. And I feel like that's great because it's diversifying and it's going to extend his career. So there's a bunch of these rappers out here that will just like, I'm never going to use this record, or I have this idea. And hey, you go sell it. You know what I mean?
Come on.
No, sometimes, man, let somebody not put out a demo. I'm like, look, I'm going to I got a hook and I got a verse from such and such.
Oh, yeah, we're about to get right. Don't even worry about it.
You get the beat, the hook, and the verse. All you gotta do is clear it. Let's go. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Wait, DJ Newmark said something. What did he say? Oh, lyricists should have a book of just hooks. I think that's dope. I think that's dope. Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Oh shit, we gotta get ready to get up out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Before oh man, we got technically we have 30 seconds.
Oh,
yeah. So let's wrap it up before our podcast producer has quite a tough weekend. We don't want that for him.
Yes, sir. What you got, Oracle?
Man, listen, I'm gonna take this time to say it's not so much about what's happening right now. It's really about next Friday.
Yes, sir.
Been trapping 6, bro. This is the 6th installment of both of our like highest selling series on our sites. Also, Ben Trapping just keeps getting better and better and better every time. I'm super excited. Listen, Ben Trapping 6, Sound Oracle, Young Trezor, next week, next Friday. Ben Trapping 6 is coming out. That's all you need to know about soundoracle.net. Ben Trapping 6 is coming out Friday.
Yes, sir.
Get ready.
And we got some new bonuses. We trying some new stuff. We listened to the community. We made some new bonuses. You know what I mean? It's got some the melody loops, crazy. The drums, crazy. We got MIDI in there,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
The bonuses, crazy.
So this is gonna do great. I think you guys are gonna love it. I mean, that's really my only plug. And go check out Cam Wallace. We made it whole. Damn, I wanted to tell the story about naming the beat. Remind me next week.
Okay.
To tell the story about I named the beat and then that became the song title and how sometimes that's trash but this time it worked out great.
All right, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that next week.
Yeah,
for sure. But listen, man, we thank y'all for coming out. If it's your first time here, we want to see you back next week. If it's your sixth time here, we want to see you back next week. Everybody, come back here next week, 4:00 Friday. It's been another episode of Unquantized.